My fiance had to go to an appointment today, and like any sort of other medical appointment, if he goes, I usually go with him. And then I'll go venture off while he does his appointment unless he wants me there. So today, I figured I would just go and venture and see where it kind of took me. Imagine my surprise when my ventures brought me back here. Illinois remembers the people that have fought for them. Illinois remembers their people, period. They never forget them, even when they're dead. So why not take one last look at the monument to those that are fallen? To all the wars, plagues, and just the normal course of life. My mom passed away a while back, and so I can understand why I have a bit of a feeling of belonging here. It's kind of a place of quiet. I can think, but it's kind of cool places in here too. Some sincerely old stuff. Let's go see what we can find. Another day of waiting, and yet another day that finds me at the cemetery. Why? Who are these people that were so important that they're buried next to Abraham Lincoln? Some of these date back to the 1800s. And then there's this stone wonder to a equal pay, equal wages. People read about history. How many times do you get a chance to walk in it? That's what I feel every time I sit in a cemetery and just breathe. I remember filming this back in March. It was a cold day. The wind was blowing outside, but there was that hint of spring that was just in the air. It was in the green of the grass, the hedges, the buds on the trees. Everywhere around you was life, even amongst the dead. Governor Tanner's place was the first place that caught my eye, but who can miss out on this? Now, usually if you go there in the spring and summer, you're going to see loads of people going in and out of the place, and it's a self-guided tour. It's not very long. But of course, It's not a very big place. It's a tomb. As you walk through, it's like a hush falls over the room. Everyone's quiet and reverent. You know, you might not like Abe Lincoln or the things that he's done, but you can't deny that he showed up for his people. He was a traveling attorney at some point in his life, and he had to stay gone months from home in order just to do his job. It's nice that the city shows him that his service was appreciated. So let's walk into here and just really absorb the gravity of the room. It's almost like a set out of a book or movie. You know, the stage is set, the major players are there. All it's waiting for is the audience. And part of me wonders, you know, are the dead watching us? Wondering if they're still remembered? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. What I do know is that I find peace here. Thanks, Abe. For all you were, for all that you've been. So this is the Abe tomb just below where it is now, and this is the original site when brought back to the cemetery. Now, as you walk through the cemetery, it seems as if it's a game of hills. Right, one beautiful monument in stone after the next, and one hill just as beautiful as the next, though looking like the Robinsons trying to compete. Some of these stones go back a couple hundred years, almost. Don't try to adjust your phone's contrast or anything. You can't hardly read the names on some of these. And the people they represent are very real. And it's one day of peace, one day of quiet. I don't think there's a better place to go. Morbid? Maybe. But what I see is beauty. The souls that are rested here. At the same time, you can't help but wonder. From this vantage point here, looks like a game of the hills. Which hilltop should we be on? Sure in the afterlife it doesn't matter, but here there's still status. Something about these old stones. Beautiful. I don't know how large or small. But the monument to their lives that they represent grabbed my attention the most. I wonder what they thought. I wonder what they would think today. to know that people that you love have passed on. Maybe they're in a better place. But I know this is a place of peace. I come upon some of the most beautiful stones, monuments that I'd seen in the entire cemetery. So I slowed down as I felt my way past. I love how it was there at the same time. I see there's separation in the graveyard. Let me come to these. Each of those little white things you see in the ground, it's a life. This is a potter's field and a place where you don't know where potter means. It's just a place for people that didn't have money to be buried. So they would put them here. Most potter's fields, it just is meant to keep down infection. You can't just have bodies going on everywhere when they pass away. So they founded this. On Abe's grave. There's another nod to a great man. Yes, it's a small wonder that I found myself the most comfortable, the most at peace in the potter's field. It's strange, isn't it? The small stones that you see on the ground signify a life. A life that couldn't really afford the price to be buried. A death didn't escape them nonetheless. Well, another episode down in the books. Another adventure, meeting with Abe. And other famous people who've lived and died in this fine city. Thank you all for being a part of my life. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. See you soon. Good night.